In this video, I'm going to try to enhance this crashed car on the side of my slot car track and add some fire and smoke effect to make it more dynamic. Anyways, I was fortunate that I have this already crashed car, and as you can see on this, the front end is just, well, literally chewed up. It's funny, when I pick up some old slot cars for bits and pieces, that the damage on them, and I think a lot of them are due to people with pets, and I think a dog had his way with this one. Anyways, so I'm going to do the best I can, a little hit and miss I'm sure, of trying to create this effect. And been inspired by lots of online videos that, a lot of miniatures, war miniatures particularly, and also these war game tabletops and such are making use of. So anyways, hopefully this works out and may be inspiring for what you do around your layout. So the elements I need to make this work, one is I need a wire to support the flame and the smokes that I'm going to add to this car. So I do have a flexible wire here that I've already mounted into the cockpit of this car. Next, I'm going to need cotton balls, which I have here. And for the fire effect, to really make it look cool and hopefully realistic, is a power source, of which I'm going to tap into my track variable power here to hopefully light that up. Next, the lights. Where am I? What to use for lights? And I do have these out of a car, and I'm not sure where these were sourced originally, but if I hook that up to my terminals, hard to do one-handed here. There we go. Does light up quite nice. Now I'm planning on having that light up every time I turn my light source on, so I'm not sure how long these will last, having a traditional element in the light. So I know an advantage would be to have LED lights. And I happen to have some junk cars here, and if I take a look at this, they do have working lights. And the motor's slightly working on that one. So anyways, I tore this one apart and I pulled those lights out. So I'm quite sure these will last quite some time. So I'll start with these, and I can always try and add these if I need more lighting effect. So with our LED lights, I want to make sure that they're looking up into our cotton batten smoke and flame. So I'm going to try and overlap them and glue them together. So it should be quick and easy. Got my glue gun. There we go. There. So I'll be using the glue gun to affix the cotton batten into my wire support lead. And yeah, we'll see if we can get it all together. Okay, so I've got my thin gauge speaker wire here that I'm going to hook up my lighting with. So I need to attach this to my power supply, which I'm using to my variable one that I have that runs my track for each lane. And I'm going to try and hook this up to be able to connect up with my LED lights. So I'm going to use a little bit of flux here. Get some solder onto these ends, so hopefully it sticks. So trick is getting, yep, not wanting to do it too well. So let's take a look. I'll try and get some solder on this piece here that I'm hoping to connect to the posts. Soldering, it's see the smoke coming off, and it always goes directly in your face. It seems to know. There we go. So that was successful. Nice and easy. Let's see if we get to the next part. Now that I have my connections sorted out on the one end of the length of wire to my power source, now I've got to take that wire, and I've already fed it up through the cockpit of this car to where my wire is. And then next I've got to solder on my lights. They're going to fit, and I'm going to hot glue onto here and then start working on my cotton to create the billowing smoke coming out of there. So now we have the ends to our wiring hooked up to our power supply, and the other end is connected up to the headlights that we pulled out of our Scalextric car. So we're going to turn on our power, which is now giving power through our line here. And there we have the highlighted lights. Now what's nice about these headlights is that they're yellow, and that's going to really enhance the look of flame coming out of the cockpit. So what I need to do now is get that into our car, and then working on here, I started to put the cotton balls and working that into some smoke effect and getting that inside these lights inside the cotton there, so that it illuminates it into flames. So here we go. This is just kind of a test run. I've put the wiring up through the car, and now you can see that lit up, hopefully looking like flames, and then that trail of smoke. So the next thing we need to do is paint up our cotton batten, and not trying to get too opaque, but I want to get rid of a fair bit of the white and get some color to help enhance the flame in the area around here, and then getting it into some black smoke up here. So next step is going to be getting out the airbrush and seeing how this might work out. Okay, so I'm going to start with a little test piece here, and I have yellow, red, and black to start. Bottom with flame, a little red up in here. I'm going to use it very sparingly. I mixed it very thin, so hopefully it keeps a translucent effect so our lights show through. And again, I will leave some white of, non-painted cotton. Then black for the smoke that would be higher up on the length of this. So here's, hopefully will be my final, but we'll see. But we'll just experiment a bit here. And again, I haven't used an airbrush in quite some time. Take a little bit of there we go. Yeah, that's going on pretty nice. Fair bit of pressure. I might wait for that pressure to go down a bit, but I am getting something here. And again, I just want a hint so that it looks like something when the light isn't on. So let's give it a go. I'll go for it. Hopefully this doesn't blow around as much because I have it on the wire with a bit of glue on it. Still kind of coming apart on me here. Yeah, it's blown up pretty good here. Anyway, let me, yeah. So I'm going to dump my yellow. And I'm starting light to darker. So I'm going to pour red in and see if I can get that coming through the system. There we go. So again, I'm going to be trying to do this sparingly. I'll have to glue a lot of that back on. Again, I don't want to overdo it. I'm going to put that back, and then the black. I'm not too worried about the black going on too thick. Okay, I think I've got the black flowing now. Okay, go with this for now. The air pressure on here is pretty heavy duty, so it's really blowing everything apart. I'll have to see if I can glue everything back together and get this looking like something. So here's the final product with the light on. Not too bad. If nothing else, good proof of concept, so something I could continue to play with. But yeah, with the light, it really makes it effective, with a flame effect, and then that smoke billowing up. Now I punched up that smoke with the black using a spray can as opposed to the airbrush, just to get more opacity out of it. But again, I think it's a fun and effective little side piece for the racetrack. So something to consider. Again, not that this is a new idea or a new concept. A lot of gamers and static model people have used this to great effect. Some excellent videos online. Just now applying it to our slot car enthusiasts here and myself, and looking for something a little more interesting to have on the side of the track. So anyways, good fun. We'll see you in the next video. Okay, here's some trackside fun. This is something I've had set up for a long time with the spinning propellers. A little out of kilter, but it's been up here for 30 years with a motor underneath the track, with a shaft going up through the helicopter, as you can see as I get lower. And of course, got lots of grandstands and drivers. And then the latest addition is smoke and fire from our old Matra Scale Electric that's all beat up. All for fun.